Madam Speaker.
Yes, ma'am.
The president just said that he will declare a national emergency when he signs this bill. Do you still plan to file a legal challenge if and when he does that, and how quickly would you?
Did I ever say I was filing a legal challenge?
You said Democrats
I
would
may.
challenge.
That's an option. I will review our options. But it's important to note that when the president declares this emergency, first of all, it's not an emergency. What's happening at the border? It's a humanitarian challenge to us. The president has tried to sell a bill of goods to America. But putting that aside, just in terms of the president making an end run around Congress. Here he said, let us respect what the committee will do, and then walks away from it. But in any event, the president is doing an end run about Congress, about the power of the purse. You've heard me say over and over again, Article 1, the legislative branch, the power of the purse, the power to declare war, many other powers listed in the Constitution, and of course the responsibility to have oversight. So the president is doing an end run around that. We will review our options. We'll be prepared to respond appropriately to it. I know the Republicans have some unease about it no matter what they say, because if the president can declare an emergency on something that he has created as an emergency, an illusion that he wants to convey, just think of what a president with different values can present to the American people. You want to talk about a national emergency? Let's talk about today, the one-year anniversary of another manifestation of the epidemic of gun violence in America. That's a national emergency. Why don't you declare that emergency, Mr. President? I wish you would. But a Democratic president can do that. Democratic president can declare emergencies as well. So the precedent that the president is setting here is something that should be met with great unease and dismay by the Republicans. And of course, we will respond accordingly when we review our options. First, we have to see what the president actually says.
Speaker Pelosi,
yes.
To that end, there's been some discussion of a resolution in the House that might force Republicans to go on the record and vote against this. Would that be an option?
I'm saying that we are reviewing our options, that we have to see what the president will say. This, I don't believe that there's any good faith negotiations to have with the Republicans in Congress if they're going to support the president doing an end run about what the will of the people, the Congress of the United States, has put forth. So we will review our options, and I'm not prepared to give any preference to any one of them right now. Yes, sir. Yes.
On the news of the past couple of moments, that the president told the Senate Majority Leader that he would sign the bill. He must be pleased with that. But on the national emergency, does that change the vote calculus at all? Obviously, if you have the president saying he's going to sign a piece of legislation, people say, okay, I would vote for that, but also that caveat that could potentially peel votes away. Does that have any impact?
Let's just have the vote, Chad. That's very interesting, but let's just have the vote. Well, it may, I don't know, it's probably have more of an influence in the United States Senate. We have the votes in the House. But it is interesting to see how the president has said to the Republican leadership in the Senate, Senator Shelby, a senior appropriator, the chairman of the Appropriations Committee there, respected leader in the United States Senate. I don't have confidence in what you did, even though the president failed to convince the American people and their representatives in Congress of his position. But let's just see what the votes are. Who knows what the calculus is on the other side? I don't.
Does it affect your side?
No.
Madam Speaker, as far as the gun control bill, or rather the
Yes.
background check bill is concerned, you just said that a national emergency should be declared.
Well, it could be declared. If you want to talk about emergency, that's a national emergency.
That's something that you would like to see a president declare.
No, I'm just saying a president could do that. If you want to go down that path, then let's look at what really is a national emergency. I'm not advocating for any president doing an end run around Congress. I'm just saying that the Republicans should have some dismay about the door that they are opening, the threshold they are crossing.
Madam Speaker, in your opening comments, you spoke some about the freshman class.
Yes.
I was just wondering, there have been a number of viral moments that some of these new Democratic members especially
That's
have
the word, it's in the
created.
viral. Is that your question now, the viral moments of the freshman?
I wanted to ask you, though, what you thought of their influence. Do these Dem freshmen have an outsized influence that you've never seen before?
No. This is a welcome to the Democratic Party. We are not a rubber stamp for anybody. We are not a monolith. We never have been. And who would want to lead a party that would be described that way? The members come, they bring their enthusiasms, their priorities. We welcome that, and they're not programmed. They are spontaneous, prepared, and I'm proud of them. Okay? Yes, sir.
Again, you mentioned the anniversary of Parkland several times,
Yes.
and the legislation you're bringing to the floor
Yes.
enjoys broad support.
Yes.
Other legislation to that end, not quite as popular around the country, although it's more popular among the Democratic caucus than probably ever. Are you committed to bringing to the floor some further legislation to that end, such as the restoration of the ban on assault-style weapons?
Well, the committee, the Judiciary Committee and committees of jurisdiction will review any proposals that we have on any subject, and what they have prioritized. We have, in addition to the committee, we have a task force headed up by Congressman Mike Thompson of California, has worked in a bipartisan way to protect the American people. What are the measures that save the most lives? And how do we get them into law? It's a proposal that turns into legislation, that it passes as law, that makes a difference in the lives of the American people. And it's up to the committee and the task force to make their proposals as we go forward. We do think that keeping guns out of the hands of people who shouldn't have them probably saves the most lives. Thank you all very much.
There you have it, folks. Spending bill will be passed by the House and the Senate. Trump will declare a national emergency, and things will just go as business as usual. No need to panic about the national emergency. It will just be the 30-second one that is actually in place right now. So the sky is not going to be falling. The Gestapo's not going to come round you up. None of that stuff's going to happen, because as we speak at this moment, there are 31 declared national emergencies going on right now that's been declared. So just want to throw that out there so people won't be thinking they're going to get rounded up or some kind of martial law or any of that other stuff, because you know how stuff goes around the internet. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So, but that's what's going to go on. I haven't looked at the spending bill, but I'm pretty sure it's probably full of garbage. And hold on, I think something just showed up on my, I think I just, let me, oh, let's see what, oh, well, yeah, I guess they was gonna have the president speak on the spending bill, but I guess he's not gonna do that. So We'll have to just wait and find out. But I just wanted to throw that out there. He will sign the spending bill. The government will not be shut down. You heard from the Speaker of the House. This was last night. I was supposed to do this last night, but I had to go to work, so I wasn't able to do anything. I had it all ready to go, like as it was all live, but I think it'll be fine. So we already know her response. So once Trump go out there and tell the people he gonna declare a national emergency to build the wall, his supporters should be cool. It's gonna get that wall built, that steel barrier or whatever they call it, and everybody can go to their neutral corners and do whatever they do. Do I think it's going to change the immigration policies in this country? No. I don't think it's going to keep drugs from coming out. I know it was something in there. They were talking about child trafficking. That bill made it way more easier to allow to traffic stolen kids into the country, and it's kind of like some kind of amnesty if it's an adult bringing a kid over, that adult is not to be questioned or anything about the kid or some stuff. I have to go back and make sure I'm not like misquoting what I seen, but yeah, it's a bunch of crazy stuff in that bill. So, I mean, I don't think any of this was just pretty much just, it was all just political. They could have just gave them the 5.7, excuse me, gave them the 5.7 billion, and the government would have never been shut down in the first place. But the Democrats feel like they gotta play games, but they used to shut down for what it was actually worth, and they'll recoup all that money back because they done already gorged the social safety net's money. So they already got that back, and they'll see a return on that payment come March and April. So federal employees and go back to work. It's fucked up. The contractors don't get paid, don't get their back pay, even though they get all the pros and the cons that come with working for the federal government. They're not furlough workers because they're contracted, so they're not direct employees. They wasn't actually hired by the government, so they just be ass out. And that's how it always been. It's always been like that. So, I mean, that sucks. But, no. So, but just want everybody to know, no need to panic. Government workers are still going to be working. Trump's going to declare a national emergency, but no Gestapo or anybody's going to come round you up. He's just going to divert funds. You heard in the clip, Nancy Pelosi, they're probably not going to challenge this because they already know that it's really, all they're going to do is just move money around. So, I mean, it's not like the Pentagon don't have plenty of money to move around. They lost like $4 trillion on September the 10th, the day before 9/11. So it's not like they don't have a decent amount of money. So that's what they'll do. They'll take money from the defense budget or whatever and allocate that to whatever they're going to do on that wall. And it'll just, instead of we living up under 31 declarations of emergencies, now it'll be 32. So it'll just be business as usual. Everybody walks away without, really looking like they caved in. And it'll just be business as usual. So I'm out.